real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Aries Grant has been cutting hair for over 18 years, and he eventually started working at the defendant's shop. Aries says although working at the defendant's shop was okay, he never got a sense of camaraderie, and he's suing his former employer for unreturned property and lost wages. Defendant Maria Madison says she's been cutting hair for over 10 years, despite the fact that it's hard to gain respect as a female barber. Maria claims she recently discovered Aries lied about being a licensed barber, and she's countersuing for unpaid rent, a late fee, and breach of contract.
Start with you.
First of all, how you doing, Judge Mathis? Doyle, how are you? Nobody never said.
That's right.
Nobody says nothing to Doyle.
That's right.
No one ever talks to me.
All the women just look at him all day. That's
I'll take that.
First of all, I'm a barber. I've been cutting hair 18, 19 years roughly. I'm out of Columbus, Ohio. Hopefully you don't hold that against me at all.
Yeah, you're right.
From Michigan.
Ohio State.
Yes.
Versus University of Michigan.
Well, yeah, most of the time.
I beg your pardon?
Most of the time, it's versus the University of Michigan. I don't think they're
University of Michigan versus Ohio State. Maybe I should have put it that way.
If you want to.
Or the other way.
Yeah, yeah.
Go right ahead.
I met the defendant here through my girlfriend. That happens to be her stepmother. We have a bunch of mutual acquaintances, and we thought it'd be a good idea if I worked in the barbershop with her, or what I thought was her barbershop. I went and checked the shop out. It's a nice shop, flat screens everywhere. It's a nice barbershop.
How many chairs? Or
roughly 9 or 10 chairs, 4 or 5 barbers. The only thing that bothered me about it was inside a mall.
A mall?
Yeah.
Why did that bother you?
Because I'm used to a barbershop being, you know, the barbershop in the hood. Like, I couldn't see, like, when I visualized a barbershop in a mall, I'm thinking a whole bunch of people getting their hair messed up, getting sent on their way, being charged like $40, $50. I didn't want to be associated with it.
Couldn't imagine yourself being out of the hood.
Yeah, I didn't want to be associated with anything like that.
I understand. All right, well, you can't imagine yourself out of the hood, then stay in the hood.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead. A lot of people imagine themselves in a high income area, but nonetheless, you stay where you like.
Right. But after I seen everything and seen the prices and everything, I'm like, might as well check it out.
So that money changed all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Most people would. I'll go to the upscale community where the jobs are. Right. I'll save that money, then I'll take it back and help the hood.
Right.
That's a good
I was still a little hesitant.
Did you do that part? Did you do part 2?
I didn't get to part 2. That's why we're here. I almost didn't get to part 1.
What was it like working there?
It was cool. I mean, the rapport wasn't all that good. I mean, it was basically a high and by, you know what I mean? I associated with this gentleman most of the time, which is weird that he's over there, but hey.
He worked there?
Yeah, he worked there.
Oh, you know why he's over there. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're not paying him?
No.
You don't have a barbershop for him to work in?
No. I'm glad you pointed that out.
He still work for her, right?
I'm glad you pointed that out. Yes, he still works for her. So we can be friends after this. I know why you're doing it.
Ain't nobody crazy. Yeah, he got to do it because he keep his job.
Right. As far as everything in the shop goes, yeah, like the rapport was well, but it didn't seem like it wasn't any type of camaraderie there. It was like, hi, bye, see you tomorrow. Like, we didn't.
When you weren't you new?
Yeah, I was new.
Well, they had to fill you out.
Yeah, but
I don't know you.
Right.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm like your coworker though too. I heard they was having secret meetings.
We don't know how long you're gonna last. See, you didn't last long. You end up suing the people.
Right.
They did right. You all came close. They would have told you their secrets, their personal information.
Right.
Then you'd have been in here today talking about it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Let's see, we gotta keep an eye on him before we tell him all our information.
Right. I don't have any like character assassinations as far as they go. You know
they didn't give you any.
Yeah. They didn't give me nothing to work with other than what I have to work with.
Okay, let's get to her with the background before we get to the property you're suing for, ma'am.
First of all, Your Honor, I want to start off saying I've been cutting hair for a little bit over 10 years. And it's hard for a woman to gain respect in the barber industry, you have to stand on firm ground. And I have learned that within my 10 years. That's why I am where I am now today. I started off in the hood.
Being sued?
No. As far as cutting hair.
Well, that's where you are. Oh,
Yeah.
you mean
As
your
far as cutting
success
hair.
of
Yeah,
your
my
shop?
success. Yes.
Gotcha. All right.
I started off, when I came out of barber school, I started off and I opened up a shop in the hood where I was from, because location is the key.
Good. Right.
And I stayed there for 9 years, and I couldn't take it because it wasn't enough money for me. I just wanted something different. I wanted more money. I wanted to take the next step up.
Mm-hmm.
So I left and I went to one shop, and then my niece her and her husband had to open up a shop in East Lamar. My niece called and said, "Hi, Angel, why don't you come over there and manage it?" I said, "Okay." As time go by, my ex-girlfriend calls me up and say, "Well, we speaking." I say, "Well, I got a chair available. I'm looking for a barber. Won't you talk to Aries, my cousin? He need help."
What were the terms?
The terms was, I gave him everybody get a list of keeping your station clean, the rules of the shop.
How much did he have to pay?
$150 a week.
Okay.
And when like he said, like he's used to cutting hair in a shop in the hood. I've been there. Those haircuts is $5 and $10. Mall haircuts is $20 and up.
Correct.
And you don't come to the mall with no money, so a haircut, they get out your chair, you got $25 in your pocket. We open 7 days a week, from 10 to 9. We put numbers up in there. So if you choose to leave that and go back to the hood, again, that's what you used to. To me, you don't want nothing that's worth having. To me, and that's my opinion.
Well, just so viewers understand, there is a difference in opinion on that. Some folks choose to stay in the hood because it's exciting, or that's who they are. I'm the hood.
Right.
And particularly the rappers, that's the stuff they present on their videos. But most of them live in the upscale suburbs. That's for sure. Absolutely. You watch T.I.'s show. Right. He ain't in Bankhead no more. People used to talk about me when I moved from Detroit. "Oh, you selling out?" No, I'm selling up.
Right.
I got a community center in Detroit, help Detroit, pay more taxes in Detroit than I do on my home. But same token, what y'all want me to go move back to the projects I grew up in? When is it gonna stop? Oh, he moved out of the hood and he moved to the upscale part of Detroit. Oh, he sold out. He should be in the hood. Nothing nice about drugs, failed education system, and crime.
Right.
All right, but the agreement, other than the $150 a week in rent, that was it?
No, and then when he came, he had these clippers that was taped up.
Okay.
And we had 3 sets of clippers. He purchased them for $125.
From you all?
Yes.
$125 for a pair of clippers?
3 pair of clippers, correct.
3 pair, all right. Sir, how did she cause you to lose your property and lost wages?
Well, there was an incident that took place in the barbershop. I was cutting this young man's hair. I guess it's inside the mall. Anybody's allowed in the mall. The 2 gentlemen he was with came inside to check on the progress of his haircut. Another gentleman who I don't know, I didn't know none of them, came in behind him, said, yada, 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 we could take it outside. They go to take it outside. My client gets up like, hold on. He's trying to de-escalate the situation. So he steps outside to talk to his cousins. She shuts the door, locks him out, and tells me that I have to finish cutting their hair somewhere else. So immediately I'm thinking in my head, you messing up my money, I'm gonna mess up your money. I was supposed to pay her booth rent that day. I put like $45 in the envelope.
That's that hood mentality.
And took off. Yeah, it's a hood mentality, but I still have my associate's degree.
You gotta grow up, though.
I still have my associate's
degree.
degree.
I'm 40 years old. You gotta
Whatever.
grow up, man. You gotta grow up, baby.
I know I have to grow up. Moving right along, Your Honor. I felt bad about it by growing up. The next day, I go in. My stuff is gone. It hasn't been a full 12 hours.
Why did you go in if you knew you shorted me my money?
Quiet, let him finish.
I go to talk to her. I pull her outside, not in front of everybody. I pull her outside and say, hey, let's talk about this. Let's find out why you did what you did. I'll tell you why I did what I did. After discussing, I thought we had a good rapport, and I told her, she's like, oh, well, I don't own the shop. I pay booth rent like you. I'm like, well, who owns the shop? Can I talk to her as far as getting my things or as far as paying them? She's like, no, you can't call her.
What happened with your property?
She said that the young lady who I've never met in my life has it. And I'm like, all right, well.
Why wouldn't she return it? What is the
Because
reason?
I didn't pay the booth rent and there was a late fee. And I told her.
Did you say you paid $45 of it?
Right.
And you didn't pay the balance?
Right.
Which would be $105.
Correct.
All
and then
right.
she tacked on a $25 late fee.
Okay. And did you agree to pay that?
I agreed to pay it. I agreed to pay it. That and my following week for booth rent.
All right.
But I said, I'm not giving you nothing. You don't even look like you running nothing. You just sound like it. I'm not about to give you anything if I don't have my items.
All right. And what was the response?
She said the lady will be in here. I guess she's super
Okay.
important.
And obviously you haven't gotten it.
Right.
Lost wages. How did you lose wages?
She got my clippers.
Okay. And how much are your clippers?
The clippers roughly run based on the website $389 in totality.
Really? That's not true. I'd go to the Clippers joint and get some for $40.
No, we ain't talking about rinky dink clippers.
Oh,
Like-
look, my hair look rinky dink.
No.
No, I
your hair looks
don't
nice.
do my own hair, but
Yeah.
that's the type of clippers I buy at home.
Yeah, and that's why they at home. They probably just sitting somewhere.
Back over here because so far you were winning. So let me get back to her. You better let me get back to her. Go ahead, ma'am.
It was a Saturday. He goes on a break with one of the barbers. He tells one of the barbers, you know, I made the money, but I messed up this week and I need it. You think Angel let me go with not paying the booth rental? So he gives me, that night, a fight break out. Them was his clients. 8:45. The procedures in the mall is if a fight break out, we are to lock the doors.
Oh, you did right. There's no question about it. You did the right thing.
I did right, but because and you're supposed to put your money, your booth rental in an envelope and hand it to me. I go in the back room, I count it, and I drop it in the safe. But because of how I hired him, I pay him on a personal level and didn't keep it business. I didn't count his money.
Right.
Your clippers is compensated until you pay what you owe.
Was that the agreement in the beginning?
That's the agreement to every shop. Every shop, your clip.
No,
I have a written statement from the barber board stating, because I went down there stating that
you have to have a statement from you.
Yes, I have a statement.
With him agreeing.
With him agreeing?
Yes.
No. I don't have a statement like that, but he knew what it was. I didn't get him to sign nothing, no, but he knew what it was.
The lost wages are for the days he didn't have his equipment, ma'am.
Yeah, and I have something written up from the barber board. He's not a real barber. He's been operating in my shop under somebody else's license.
Gotcha.
And I didn't find out until
Is it your shop?
Yes, it's my niece's shop. It becomes mine on the first of the year. Yes, I go down to the barber board, and this is what the barber board gives me to give you. He falsification, and these are a picture of his clippers, which was never worth $50 for all three of them. They taped up.
Well, why'd you keep them?
Quiet, sir.
One of the licenses with his picture on it, he's operating under Anthony,
All right.
which I got from the
Why
barber
didn't you
board.
check all that before you let him come into your place? You're going to do it now when you owe the man money. All of a sudden, you're going to pull his license.
I pulled his license.
Why didn't you do it before you hired him?
Sir, that ain't the procedure that we do. When you
so
come in with
went
a barber
afterwards.
license.
All right. Anything else you want to show me, ma'am?
No, sir.
Who do you say owns it?
My niece.
All right. You have any proof of that?
Right there on that piece of paper I gave you. Not that one, but the piece of paper I got. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At the top, it says owner and manager. Owner, Maria Madison, manager, the same
You
person.
just said your niece owned it.
My niece do own it, but everything is transferred
Then
to my
why are
name.
you talking about him committing fraud?
No, I'm not.
You committed fraud.
Listen,
You committing fraud and perjury.
Oh,
You went
now.
back and forth. 1 minute it was you, then it was your niece, then
Your
it was
Honor,
I'm
let
gonna
me-
own it in the future when my niece pass it over to me. Then you tell me this. Have
Your
a good
Honor, if
day.
you let me-
Judgment for the plaintiff. Yours is dismissed.
He ain't even a licensed barber. He stole somebody's identity. I had the paperwork from the barber board and everything.
I'm talking about
Believe that?
identity theft.
Yeah.
You about to see some people too
Man,
about
you got
your.
I ain't seeing this right here. It kills everything. You can't draw no more up against me.
I'm getting
no
cashed
more.
out.
Man, man
Getting
up,
cashed
man.
out. You ain't
Living
worth
with your
jack.
mama. Man,
jack.
taking
You
from
not
your
worth-
mama,
Right.
taking from your cousin. Man, you live with your mother, man.
Take
You
it
and
easy.
your woman live with your mother, man.